That's what I would tell the public.
Okay. All right. So I have both you and I on. We have split screen. And if you want to check it out also on your, maybe on another monitor, another computer, preview is good. Come on, go live. Okay, we're live, 14 seconds. Excellent. Excellent. Hey, everybody, welcome to another studio session here with Viper Studios. Today we have Mikel James. Michael, welcome, brother. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. So today, I'm interviewing basically all my friends, part of my network and things like that. Yeah, I think so. Let's try it again. If not, I'm recording, and then we'll just record this, and I'll send you the file, the program file of this, and then we'll go from there. Come on.
Okay.
Wow. So it's pretty wild how, yeah. So we're back on. So sorry, folks, we're having some internet glitches. It's because hey, not everybody, but a lot of people are broadcasting out of their homes through Zoom, through GoToMeeting, a lot of different online mediums like this. So today, again, we have Mikel James. I'm down in Virginia. Michael's up in New York on Long Island. Welcome, brother. Good to see you.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
Thanks for having me.
That's what I was going to ask you. How's the state of how's the state of affairs up there in New York?
The state of emergency
Yeah.
is it's everyone's staying inside. Everyone's just trying to keep busy.
Right, right.
Going a little crazy, just staying inside for this long.
Yeah,
But New York's getting hit pretty hard, so everyone's trying to work together and just stay safe.
yeah, that's true. I mean, even down here, I mean, the pandemic really hasn't, or the panic hasn't really set in that much down here because I think they had just closed everything last week to like gyms and things like that. We're up in New York. They closed it, like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was, people I think are starting to realize the seriousness of it. As more time goes, I mean, people were still going. I mean, myself, I was still going to like the studio record because it's just me and the producer, and we know we're not, we're not sick, so it's like not a problem. But now like the producer's wife's best friend has corona,
oh, wow.
so it's like a little bit too close to home. So that just happened. So now the studio is going to shut down for a little while, and we're just going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty, I mean, it's unbelievable how a lot of us we're all being affected somehow. Some of our, someone that everybody knows is coming down with this, and apparently they're saying that everyone has to have it at some point, just like
Mm.
smallpox and things like that. But
Yeah.
I just heard someone. I was talking with someone downtown here in Roanoke, in Virginia. They said that the cases in Roanoke right now, there's no COVID-19 here, and
Hmm.
although in the state of Virginia, I think we're under 1,000, but we still, I mean, it's kind of growing every day, but not as rapid as it is in some places, other places around the country. But he said that what he noticed was over Christmas and over New Year's, a lot of people had upper respiratory infections
Yeah.
here,
Yep.
and that's probably what it was, and that nobody died, and
Yeah.
everyone kind of got over it, and we're all good to go. But that's probably what took place, and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden it became a national thing because of a European thing, and then it became
Yeah.
hot spot over here in the U.S. So
Yeah,
that
that
yeah
actually happened to myself and a few of my, the people I work with at the studio. We've started to hear about this craziness around, I guess, early March, and I myself was just like sick for a day in February, and I said I was at the studio and I was like, hey man, I'm not feeling it. I gotta like lay down on the studio couch and just like I was like, it hurts when I breathe. It's like I feel it in my chest and in my back, and he was just like, yeah, you probably got a little upper respiratory thing. So I went home and I kind of, did the where you have like the steam pot and the
yeah
towel over your head. I like did that,
yeah
had some vitamin C, and it was gone in a day. And then when I started hearing about it, I was like, hey, do you think that's what it was? And that's what we came to the conclusion.
right.
Probably just a little bit lighter.
Yeah, yeah, because I was going to ask you, like, what symptoms did you have, and basically you basically said that for me. So
Yeah.
although a lot of people are like really freaking out, and what I saw last week were people who I know here, they were asking me, did you quarantine yourself? And they were all like freaking out, and I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not sick. Not everybody in New York has it.
Hmm.
Not everybody around the world has it, but um, I did quarantine myself for about a week, but I just went to the store and I came back, made my own food and that type of stuff. But, um, kept my stress level low and just like watch what was going on because every day they were figuring out new information. They were getting, discovering new information. And
Right.
but I just thought how easily people get excited and stuff like that, and it's not right to kind of, not to say you lose it, but you really have to first get, once you get information, you need to get more information to
Yeah.
kind of build your, your opinions or your thoughts and stuff like that, and before you make any
Hmm.
conclusions. And
Right.
and then so obviously now you see how, just like 2 days ago with Connecticut, like saying, hey, we're not going to let anybody from New York in, the governor down in Florida. That's that type of panic that we don't need in this country because,
Hmm.
you know, I mean, yes, people are going to die, but people are dying of everything: alcohol poisoning,
Yeah.
whatever it is, opioids. I mean, obviously, no one's talking about people dying of opioids now. Everything is
Right.
COVID-19, but yet
Yep.
the thing is, the people on the front line are the same people, right? Our
Hmm.
doctors, our EMS, the police, and not just that. I know a lot of people are giving props to, shout outs to like our medical professionals, but also the people in the grocery stores. Like I don't think that many people are thanking them
Yeah.
for
Right.
being there. I mean, they're standing and they're still seeing people every single day.
A lot of people. Yeah.
It's all that stuff. So shout out to everyone basically who isn't home but has to go out there and go to work. They're the ones who need to be thanked, because
Yeah.
everyone's on the front line if they're out there, and not in
I
their
know.
homes.
Yeah. It shows
So
them that they really have to be the brave ones if you're an essential worker,
absolutely,
knowing that there's something out there going around, no matter how serious you may think it is or not.
yeah, that's true.
But they need to be recognized for sure.
Yeah. So you and I, we both create content. Besides doing other things, you're a musician, right? You're
Hmm.
not only that, but you're an actor. You create content. What are other things that you do that? Because after this, I mean, this is going to give singers, singer-songwriters, people who are writing scripts and things like that.
Hmm.
We're going to get all these incredible ideas,
Right.
about how to survive, about
Yeah.
contagion and all this type of stuff. But what all what? Let me. Oh, sorry. Let me get this thing off here. uh, what? So go back to that the original question I was going to ask. Give me some information on that about you and and those things.
So yeah, I think I wear a few different hats. I'm a singer-songwriter. Now I am recording an EP. We're on our third song. We have two singles and two remixes.
Okay.
One mashup. Now we're on the third single. We're in the studio now. We have an exciting collaboration coming up this summer. I don't want to give away who the collaboration is,
Right.
but it's a cool one.
Excellent.
So excited about that. We're really excited to do a lot of like mixing of genres and cross. I personally love when I hear, um, people mixing genres, and a lot of times those are the best artists. I think that really make it, really make a difference and make it, out of the box. But yeah, that's one hat. We're in the studio. We're recording the music, the music videos. Um, on the other hand, another hat that I wear is I'm actually a digital creator, CEO of a company called Rapid Rise Media.
Right.
And what we do is we actually help, whether it be influencers, artists, business owners, entrepreneurs of all sizes,
Hmm.
we help them pretty much just get their message across of what their company does in the best way possible. So what we've taken actually is like this music video production style, and we've moved it over to the business side, and we're just kind of helping some of the, I guess, more, I don't want to say boring, but like the more, nothing exciting about the role. We're kind of really we're helping them like really turn it into like a sitcom or like a music type commercial. So we're creating these commercial campaigns where we kind of Hollywood them out with all the great cameras and the scripting. And then the next thing you know, it's like, is this a reality show? Like, what is this? It's like, what is this about? And it's creating a lot of buzz and offline conversions for them where people are just giving them calls to like do more business. And it's really exciting to watch it grow and kind of expand the clients.
Right.
Um,
So,
but
so who are some of the clients or some of the I was going to say genres, but who are the different industries that you have worked with so far?
Yeah, so we've done Citizens Bank. We've done a lot for one of their top producers. His character is Johnny V. He's
Hmm.
like a funny guy. He's like their number one producer for a long time. We've expanded from Citizens Bank, Corcoran Real Estate Group. We've done Daniel Wellington's like a fashion watch company, like a kind of like a stylish kind of watch. It's pretty cool. Um, what else have we done? So many. Jeez. We've done Walmart, Capital One, just a few, just a bunch. You see like how those aren't traditionally like a commercial music video type company that you would think of,
Right.
but that's why I think it's standing out.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, I like that. Give everyone your handle for Instagram because I know you have some of those videos posted there that they can check out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. If you want to see an example of the work that we do and the style, it's at Rapid Rise Media on Instagram. That's where you'll see all of it.
Okay, at Rapid Rise Media.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's really cool because that Walmart, I just watched that Walmart one. It's just it's cool. Because you and I, we met up at the office, and you were giving me an idea of like where you're headed and the type of the style, the cinematography style, and
Mm-hmm.
how it's written and how it's shot. And so when I saw it, I was really really impressed because it does look like either Hollywood or an HBO,
Mm-hmm.
Showtime kind of like TV show. It's really
Yeah,
really
very
cool.
very Netflix, very
Netflix, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So it's now, and the cool thing is because Instagram is that platform, that medium that everyone
Mm-hmm.
is really really catering to and pushing content. Um, it does there isn't that space. I mean, you guys are filling that void right there.
Yeah,
Where
I
again,
think we'll
yeah,
see that. I think we'll see that if I think we'll what we've already seen some of the top influencers and brands, like say like a Gary Vee for instance, or
mhm,
something like that, and something that's really just about business. There's really no entertainment value involved. You see these guys and they have like a team
right.
that is handling their media, and it's 99% video. And I just think that you'll see in the future that all of these big companies that really didn't think about that, they're going to be left behind because everything is moving to digital
Right.
and advertising, and you'll see some of them kind of adapt, and they'll hire companies like mine to really keep them in the just in the buzz, in the limelight, just keeping it interesting to make them more competitive in their industry.
Yeah, that's true. So, how do you think the COVID-19 is affecting or will affect or kind of like make you morph to do something where it's safe, being around people, but yet still be able to videotape and do that digital marketing,
Yeah.
campaign for them?
Yeah, it's had its positives and negatives because on the one hand, the people that have we've already shot
Hmm.
their their timeline when they were going to maybe drop it in the summer or kind of start to push the promo later, they're doing it right now because they have these high quality videos and stuff to show off, and everyone's just sitting home, so
Right.
it's getting higher conversions than normal. Um, on the negative side, we have to kind of limit where we're shooting because there's a lot of every location is closed down. Even parks are closed down now in New York. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing that we some of the stuff is we can still make a nice home shoot where we're doing everything in the home office or
Right.
like outside in the driveway,
Hmm.
and it actually looks still just like a scene from a movie that's at a house,
Right.
and it still works.
That's true. So would you say that if someone is because now everybody is like so those who are home who aren't working who aren't making any income at least right now until they apply for these loans and or for that help um, do you should people be promoting things like for purchasing items and stuff like that if they already have it in the can, or already have it produced, or do you think they should hold back and maybe wait maybe another week or two before they actually start to like launch those campaigns?
I think they should be launching them right now. I mean,
Okay.
well, the main part of advertising is getting the most eyes on your advertisement. So, the best advertisements and the most expensive, like say, like like the Super Bowl,
Hmm.
those are the most expensive advertisements because they have the most people viewing the Super Bowl to see that. So, and you'll see like the best of the best advertisement ideas make it there. But this is similar where everyone is now just sitting around. And we can advertise not only on the socials, but we advertise to like the digital platforms, meaning like we'll have commercials air in between like the Netflix originals and like the Tubies and like those online streaming platforms. And while everyone's sitting home, this is the best time because that's where their eyes are. They're not out
Yeah.
at work. They're not distracted. So, I mean, I think now is a better time than ever to really fire up the campaign.
Right, right. No, I agree. Although I'm trying to stay sensitive because I'm on a board of directors in Suffolk County and for basically the Islip Arts Council, and they're all these art councils and other nonprofits, they basically stay alive through donations and things like that throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
And in a time like this, one of the it's not just us, but other organizations. That's one thing that is critical is how do they how can they continue to bring in revenue in order to keep the doors open?
Yeah.
Because everything is, I mean, every dollar that comes in, every dollar goes out. There's no, they're not holding on any of this money. It literally goes to arts and culture and to support a limited staff, and then it's also monies that are used to pay for supplies and for also other
Yeah.
commission things that are going on. So again, it's always the flow of money coming in, money going out, and also to try to get people to come through those doors. So do you think after this, when we go back to a post COVID-19 society, right? Do you think you know fundraising? Do you think like that might actually spike as well, or
I think we're going to see a shock of activity
yeah,
and production. I think people are going to be sitting inside for so long that the morale is going to be low. And then I think when it's finally time to go outside again and people are going to just be interacting and being more active than ever, it's kind of like, I mean, this is like a smaller version for sure, but like
yeah,
over the holidays, you see like a dip.
hmm
You see like a dip in activity and like kind of everyone's just, with family, that's
right,
family time. And then you'll see the new year comes and then you'll see a spike because everyone's like wants to get the new year off to a great start
right,
and they're just shooting all the commercials and they're just, interacting with everybody for more business. And I think we're going to see that repeat right after but I think it's going to be a lot bigger because it's like not just a holiday. You're still free. You're just hanging out with your family.
yeah,
But this is like everyone is just stuck inside. Business is slowing down, and I think when they finally give us the green light, people are going to go crazy, and it's
yeah.
going to be a huge spike in every industry, everything.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean,
I'm
even the
excited for that.
yeah, yeah, even the brick and mortar places, the like the Targets and all these other stores besides Amazon, because I know that Amazon is probably doing very well, and hardware, those businesses that can actually stay open at this time. But
Right.
but the cool thing is, I like this. I'm really incredibly impressed with the rise of the singer songwriting community, or the band, the music industry. Um, and again, that's all levels from top to bottom, where they're actually performing their music online,
Yeah.
maybe more so than ever before,
Hmm.
because they have to either stay home or because of these challenges. I heard that
Yeah.
there's a new one that's like 20 days. You're supposed to every day either write a song or play a song that you have, and you
Oh,
just
that's
play
great.
it. You just play it, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really really cool. I forgot who the person was, but Red Dot Music. Again, she's who I podcasted with yesterday, and she was the one she turned me on to that it's the whole music community is basically this is their way to say, hey, listen, if you're home, you have a variety of music to listen to, at least to cover some time and distract you from
Yeah.
what's being told on
I would
television.
recommend every artist pushing like their streaming platforms that they're on. I mean, this is, this doesn't affect anything like Spotify, Apple Music,
Right.
YouTube, Instagram. If you have a content, this is the best time to just push it out. Everyone's just hanging out, ready to listen.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, I know I've been asking, singer-songwriters who I've been interviewing to sing a couple songs and stuff like that. But I know you're remote, right? You're in you're
Yeah.
in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Your laboratory.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck here.
Yeah. So how when you had mentioned when you were at the studio that some people did get sick. How are they now? Is everybody cool? Everyone healthy?
It's actually nobody in the studio got sick.
Oh, okay.
It's just people close to the people in the studio have recently gotten sick. But what I've heard from the people that are
Mhm.
close to me that are getting sick is it sounds very similar to the flu. It's
Right.
not I know they're saying it's like a variation and it's a little bit different because it has the ability to really hurt you.
Yeah.
But most so far, I mean, knock on wood, they're just kind of, a little fever. It's similar
Hmm.
to what I felt about a month or two ago, where I was just had a little fever,
Right.
little shortness of breath, sluggish, and then it went away. And for me, it went away in a day. But for
Okay.
some people now, it's lasting like 5 days.
I see.
Um, but luckily, that's all I've heard. Nobody's been in serious condition. It's just kind of, the little rundown.
So it's not just like your lungs, because they say the worst case scenarios, it feels like, you got like concrete pouring in your lungs. You just can't get the air, intake. And so that's
Yeah,
probably that's the respiratory issue that a lot of I guess our senior citizens or people with
right.
compromised, systems are experiencing. But you didn't have any respiratory issues or anything like that, right?
Just a slight shortness of breath,
Okay.
a slight pain, not like
Hmm.
very painful. It's just like you breathe in and it's just a little bit of a like you feel a little sensory. You're like, let me just, you just kind of, it's a little shortness of breath. It's kind of like when you were any winter of your life had, upper respiratory with the flu. You
Right.
kind of have that. The only thing that's different than the flu is I wasn't very like there was no congestion. Like I wasn't like stuffy. In fact, it was like drier.
Okay.
Like you feel dry to the point where you may if you don't like hydrate, you could feel yourself maybe getting like a nosebleed or something.
I see.
Um, but that's it. It's just a little bit in the lungs. You'll feel a little bit of a fever, sweat, and then you really just got to take care of yourself.
Right, right. So what do you suggest? Like, because they say, the heat, right? Hot liquids and stuff like that. That
Hmm.
it doesn't. I guess it doesn't like those type of conditions. Um,
Right.
like eating hot soup or drinking tea
Hmm.
or hot coffee, stuff like that. Is that would you recommend that besides resting and monitoring yourself?
I would recommend really hydrating. Hydrating in every way. Not only the warm fluids, but the cold fluids, and not like Gatorade. Not like sugar. Sugar is very bad
Hmm.
for this virus. So
Yeah.
stay away from your iced teas and your Gatorades, and you really want to just water. Hydration is key. I was taking 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, which
Okay.
is a lot more than I think anyone takes. I was really overdoing it just because it's vitamin C. That's what it does.
Right.
And then what another thing that I've done is really overheat, like warm yourself up, like keep yourself under all the blankets,
Hmm.
even if you're uncomfortable and you're sweating. You're almost creating like a fever for yourself, where like when your body is fighting like a disease, you feel that overheated feeling, like that fever, and that's what it is. It's the warmth you want to. So what I do is I'm like I'm working with you guys, like it's all one body. So I'm not going to be chilling in my boxers like, oh, I have a fever. I'm just need to cool down. I'm doing the opposite. I'm covering up. I'm just bundling up, throwing on Netflix, taking my vitamin C, my hydration, and I'm just sweating uncomfortably, taking a shower, doing it again.
Right.
Just
Right.
sweat it out.
Yeah, because I heard someone told me that they basically took a hot shower at night, and then they
Hmm.
did that. They literally they heated up their body, went to
Yeah,
bed, and then they were like sweating. They kind of had the
yeah.
sweats, and
Hmm.
I said, are you would that actually create a condition where get sick? And they said, no, that's actually good that you're sweating it out.
Yeah,
But again, keep liquid, keep hydrated. Um, that's when I said, well, I'm always drinking coffee, even during the hottest times of the summer. That's something
yeah.
I always enjoyed. And so
Caffeine.
I made a joke. Well, I was joking a little bit, while I was building my garden or redoing my garden for the summer, that you know um, that it was going to kill the COVID-19, or that it was going to prevent it. Although
Yeah,
I'm doing, and so I'm trying to keep a comedic. I'm trying to keep positive, but also a sense of humor, because I think if
light
you
spirit. Yeah.
yeah, because if you freak out too much, then you're putting your body in a different state, and I think you kind of like maybe open opportunities for you to get sick. Not to
Yeah,
say
I
you're gonna
think
get
I
sick with
think
that.
your mentality is plays a huge part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm personally like not one of those people that I don't really give into like fear and like negativity,
Negativity.
and like I'm very it's taken me this long to even believe that what's going on is actually as serious as it is, and my friends and family are like, you don't you gotta watch, and I'm like, I believe, but I just feel like the media has a great way of, really manufacturing that fear and like kind of, that's one thing I don't like. I like that they want to, I like they want to keep everyone aware. That's
Yeah.
a good thing. But I just think they don't need to have a death counter on,
You know,
on,
I'm
and
you're
like in the words global pandemic, like scaring, it's just very like, if you were feeling okay,
right.
now you're feeling a little bit worse just
Right, right.
because you're watching this, and it's like, it's not good. It's not
Yeah.
good to think about.
Yeah, because they're reinforcing the numbers of deaths and people who
Like
have
that's
it.
not necessary,
It's not
like
right. And
a
our
live
yeah.
counter.
I
It's like,
know, I know. There
it's a
needs to be
movie.
because there needs to be like again something that balances it out. Our friend, Rizzo on the Move, Joe Rizzo. He posted, how come there's no um, counter for people who actually got better?
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
exactly it.
it's just another
Exactly.
frame of mind. It's like,
You
yeah,
have
well,
the ability to easily spin it into positive and being
exactly.
like 45 people were cured today. Like 200 people actually had it and now are feeling better today, but they don't say that. And
They
I'm
don't say
like,
it.
I'm turning off the news.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I mean, and especially, and for certain age groups, you want to have some positivity because they're all about positivity. They're not into the whole, breaking my ass every day working. I got mortgages, I got car payments and all that stuff. I mean, they have X amount, but they might not have families either, so they don't have those other stresses and those experiences that are associated with negativity and positivity also. But but I think
Stress
really
definitely plays a factor in your sickness for
yeah,
sure.
and I think though like you're right, the media does have a responsibility to not only give us the actual facts, which might not be positive, but
Hmm.
to give us some positive facts also. And again,
Yeah.
a simple, hey, look at all the people who are actually doing really well, and those are numbers that they could be those could be added to those scoreboards or whatever you want to call it.
I actually just saw something which was amazing. I forget his name. He's from that show The Office, not Michael Scott, the other character.
Okay.
He he put a video together where he actually blatantly made a news like report, but a positive one.
Oh, cool.
And he was almost taking a shot at the media and saying like, listen, like this is what you should be doing. Like this is like let me add. And it's good to see people with influence like that. Stars of big TV shows or celebrities, kind of giving us a little bit of that positive feedback that we can't get on
Right.
on the major media outlets.
So
But I
so
think he's
true.
on the right track.
Yeah, was that Ryan? Is it Ryan? Ryan Wilson? Is that? I'm just looking on the online for the cast.
I'm
Uh,
not sure of his name. He's got like fluffy brown hair. He dated the girl. I don't even watch the show. I couldn't tell you anyone's name. I couldn't tell you anyone's name except the main guy, Michael Scott.
oh, okay, excellent. You know what? I'm
He's
gonna
like the second. He's like the second most popular guy, like the star.
on
He's
the
if,
show.
if
Yeah,
yeah, you know his face if you see it.
yeah. I guess I got to start watching it though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and but the other really cool thing is, there's a many cool things that have happened because of the pandemic. I think the world is a cleaner place.
Mhm.
A lot of things have been wiped
That's
down that
true.
maybe never ever have been wiped down, especially subways and things like that.
Mhm.
Although they say, but a lot of high traffic public access ways. Um,
Mhm.
the other cool thing is most people's homes now are really clean. There's a lot of people, you think your home is clean, but then when something like this happens, you wipe that stuff down really clean. Um,
Yeah.
the other cool thing is people are learning. I think the rate of learning has increased just because people are home. They have this time to spend. Those of us who are home, I should say,
Mhm.
um, and now they're looking at the world in, hey, how does the digital world, how can I take advantage of the digital world where maybe I didn't have the time to do it before, or um, or I'll do it, and they always pushed it off because they were busy. Now they're really like reading, they're learning about digital marketing, advertising, stuff like that. So I think that would be having you and I speaking about this, your services again, Rapid Rise Media. And if for Instagram, it's at Rapid Rise Media. You got to check out what
Mhm.
Michael has done with he and his team. They've done some really incredible work. And dude, like I said, I really think what you guys have come up with is it's it's not nothing new. It's not new, but the way how you're directing it and where you're
Mhm.
placing it, that is the new that way. And I tell you, it's going to open up a lot of people's consciousness in order to start doing something similar to that. But the
Yeah.
cool thing is they're going to replicate what you're doing, but still you're like you guys are the creators of that, and so you're going to keep creating new things. So you always be ahead of the game,
Yeah. They can
influencing.
uh, they can try to duplicate it, but we'll always be one step ahead.
That's right. Yeah. So I know that's I mean it with things changing, right, with new apps, new software updates and things like that in the tools, and a lot of people are showing like the behind scenes how they're setting up things. I think that's incredibly great,
Hmm.
but I also think that sometimes you need to maybe not tell people how you're doing it and let it kind of be a mystery, because I think that's part of the process of retaining people's attention,
Yeah.
and the whole creativity of what you're doing, how you're doing it. Sometimes it's better to not let people know 100% how you're doing it or why, but let them know why you're doing it, because
Yeah.
that would open
I
up
mean,
the opportunity.
here the thing is, like, I know, like, I'm telling everyone like what I'm doing as far as the idea of what Rapid Rise does, but I mean, it's not as easy. You could try to reverse engineer what I've just explained, but I mean, it's not as easy as you think. I mean, the
Yeah.
reason that it's coming out as good as it is because I have a great team that have like extensive experience in the entertainment industry and the advertising industry, and
Right.
they've worked on actual TV shows and movies, and they've worked with actual celebrities, like actual stars. So it's not something that any old production house can kind of put together, and that's why I have no problem just kind of telling someone like you to broadcast like what it is, what the business does, because I just know that it's not really that easy to duplicate and replicate. So
Right, right. But everyone who does try to do it, they'll have their own kind of thumbprint on it, and that's the uniqueness that separates us all from what we do. Hey, I want to give a shout out to one of my good friends, Angelo Soriano. I think he's one of the cast members for The Lion King, and I
oh,
definitely want to do a podcast with him also, and I would love to maybe even have both you and I with interviewing Angelo, because the stuff that he does is incredible with drones. He just did a thing where you kind of like do a plank, and then you fly
hmm
your drone underneath you up and around and that kind of stuff, and that's so cool. See, so
yeah,
everyone's doing something really unique, very cool, but at the same time, um, it's just adding more volume and more, I think, momentum to what we're
hmm
all doing as creators, with
right,
this
right.
medium. So. Well, listen, Michael James, thanks, man. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And hopefully, we get
Yes,
past all of this so that we can get back to that again, post COVID-19 normal, where we can all get close again. Start giving high
yes,
fives, hugs, and stuff like that. It just sucks to not be able to. I mean, it's great to be with your family, but like I'm not even giving handshakes. I'm not even giving hugs anymore in the
I
house.
know,
It's just not,
crazy.
yeah. But with that said, look forward to seeing you again. We'll catch up, and I would love to have, where maybe you could sing maybe one or two songs. We could do
Hmm.
something like that, and then also maybe dive a little bit deeper into the production and what we're doing,
Okay,
to help all industries and the community at large.
okay,
Cool.
great.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you. Let everyone. What other handles do you have before we let you go? Where
Oh
people
yeah,
can contact you.
yeah. So everybody, check me out at Mikel_James on Instagram, and that's the same spelling on Spotify if you want to hear the new stuff coming out. If you want to check out the advertising, it's at Rapid Rise Media on Instagram, and we also have a website, www.rapidrisemedia.com.
Excellent.
You can reach me directly at mike@rapidrisemedia.com. That's the email.
Excellent. Fantastic. Michael, thanks again. Appreciate it, man. Look forward to seeing you soon. I'm glad we can do this, and but I'd also like to see, once we all again get back to a normal, that where we can all come together and actually do like a whole full day of
Hmm.
concerts, of even
Yeah,
at Viper Studios,
absolutely.
Uni3.live. That'll be cool, and we broadcast it out to
Yeah,
everyone's channels, and just to kind of
that'll be great.
show, yeah, that how resilient we are as a people and as a nation, and as creatives. So
Yeah,
excellent.
absolutely.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Good to see you, brother.
It's been a
And
pleasure, Chuck. Thank you for having me.
you got it, brother. And I'll see you soon. Okay.
All right, have a good
Excellent.
one.
Thank you. You too. All right. Sounds good. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
So that was my good friend Mike. He is a incredible artist. He has a lot of good, lot of excellent videos. Again, you got to check him out on Instagram. And again, it's at rapidrise dot. I'm sorry, Rapid Rise Media. But also check him out too, Mikel underscore James, Mikel underscore James. You got to check out his work because again, he's offering something that a lot of people are not. Although there are people out there who are doing what he's doing, but not to like what he's doing. It's very, very unique, and I think anyone who does employ his services, it just brings in more people. And again, it's not one-on-one. We're doing business to business, business to customers, business to personalities. You know what I mean? It's all good, and this is taking us to another level of commerce that we haven't really seen. So this is all in real time that this stuff is happening, and he and his network are basically creating a new technology, and that's what which falls under the digital marketing encompassing things. So, anyways, glad you guys got to join us. Stay tuned. We have a few more people. I'm actually interviewing 3 more people today for today's podcast, and you're going to enjoy. We have a photographer down in Orlando, Florida. He does some incredible work. We also have someone who is developing basically a multi-day festival, which will be taking place up in New York. A lot of you guys know him. And then we also have a vocal coach who is a incredible musician, but also an incredible artist. A musician, artist, but also a instructor, teacher, mentor. I think you're going to like this program also. Okay, so just hang tight. We'll be back on in a few minutes, and for our next guest. All right, thanks again for joining. This is Chuck from Viper Studios and Unit 3.live, and we'll be seeing you soon.